Hey folks, welcome to another edition of PlayBranson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name's Chris Meyer. I'll be your host today, along with my special co-host, Haley Westrich.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
It's good to have you back again today.
I'm excited to be back again.
So, like just around the corner, July 4th, here in a couple of days.
It is. You have any big plans?
Not yet, but I don't normally, I like to watch fireworks. I normally don't spend any money doing them.
Right. No, same way.
So I let someone else spend the money and it'll go up in smoke.
It's the way to do it, yes.
Right? Who's our guest today?
We've got Chad Ruden with us, and he's over at the Peirce Theater.
Yeah, so Chad has been on the show before, but it's been a little while. And so we're glad to have him back. I can't talk today. We have some fun facts about July 4th here.
Okay.
And so Americans spend a lot of money. How much money do you think people spend on fireworks, like in the whole country?
It's like in the millions for sure.
It says here more than $1 billion on fireworks. That's a
crazy.
lot of money. That's a lot of money. The top traditional foods include grilled chicken, hot dogs, burgers, potato salad, and corn. I'm guessing it's corn on the cob. And for this holiday, how many hot dogs do you think are consumed?
Hundreds of thousands.
150 million hot dogs.
Millions.
That's what it says right here. I believe my sheet. That's a lot of hot dogs.
That is a lot.
First state to recognize the holiday.
Ooh. Probably one of the northern states.
Massachusetts. And then the oldest annual celebration is Rhode Island, starting, I guess, in 1785.
That's interesting.
So it's a great time to celebrate our country. And, you know, I think most people would say, you know, our country's been kind of just crazy lately. But as Americans, we keep plugging away, we keep pushing through, and we're going to become better because of all this chaos.
Absolutely.
So, and Branson's a place where you can get rid of, I mean, kind of come and get away from the chaos.
Right.
And I think people need that. They need just a place to get away for a while.
For sure.
So we'll be back in just a moment with Chad Ruden. Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson. I am here today with Chad Ruden of Peirce Aero. So Chad, welcome back to the show. It's been a while since you've been here, but welcome back.
Thanks a lot, buddy. It's good to be back. I love being on this show. It's fun.
Yeah.
Talk about stuff.
And so maybe someone didn't see that past episode that we did. So you've got a long history in the entertainment business. So take us back. How'd you get into this?
I have to say, when I was a younger kid, my brother and I were kind of brought into music by my grandparents and kind of my mom's side of the family. So my brother and I played fiddles when we were kids, and we were called the Fiddlin' Brothers. And my brother's an actual entertainer in Branson too. His name's Ruden, and he sings over at Mel's Hard Luck Diner and stuff. But grew up with him. He's only a year different than me, so we kind of did music together. And then my other side of the family was kind of a sports family, so it was kind of this whole music sports things going on. So basically, by the time I was in high school, I realized, hey man, I was pretty good at this. And obviously I loved music, so that was good. And then I just kind of went on my own way. You know, the nice thing about music is it's about connections, just like it is in anything. And you meet the right people and you do the right job, and then after a while you end up in Branson doing a bunch of shows. So, and they actually give you money for that, so it's wonderful.
So when you say connections, like were you performing somewhere else before Branson?
Yeah, actually, I've had a whole gambit of life before I even came to Branson. When I left school, I was big into theater, so theater was kind of the thing I went towards. And so my big goal in life was to be on Broadway someday, so I did a lot of that. And so I did a lot of equity theater work all over the country, got my union card, which is kind of the actor's union card, and did all that. And then also I went to LA for a while, tried to become a TV star, and went really well. But no, it was fun. I had a lot of great experiences. So I've had a whole gambit before I came to Branson. And Branson was nice because I'd kind of done the whole, I don't know, go to auditions 5 times a week and do all that kind of thing. And then once I got into Branson, it felt like it was more of a family here. And everyone kind of looked out for each other, so it kind of was a good place for me to stay. Because as an entertainer, it's always nice to have work. More importantly, it's always nice to work for nice people.
There you go. So what got you to Branson, though? Like, did you just say, hey, I hear it's an entertainment place, I'm coming? Or Like, what happened?
Basically what happened was my brother was here before. He did a show over at the mansion called The Promise. And he was doing a show out there. And I lived out in L.A. And, after a while, L.A. gets to be L.A. And I was like, I'm looking for a new place to go. And he was like, well, I'm out in Branson, and I think you would actually really like it out here. So I had no connections anywhere else. So I was like, all right. So I literally got on a plane 3 weeks later and flew to Branson. And I've been here for 14 years. Wow. Again, the nice thing about this place is it's the people, man. It's just different than other places. And it helps when you have family. My whole family lives here now, so it's kind of nice to be with my family. So that's kind of how I got here. And then just kind of, met the right people on audition and got a few jobs, and then it's kind of been rolling ever since. So.
Okay.
So now, where are you from initially, though?
Originally, I'm from Northeast Iowa.
Okay.
Dubuque area. Luxembourg was the town. It was a really small town. So it was cool to get out and be that kind of person, because where I'm from, there was only 300 people that lived there, so getting out of that town is not something that normally people do. So it's cool, and it's like people from that town sometimes live vicariously through me and my brother, like, what are you doing, how are you doing? And the one thing about Iowa people is they love Branson, so we tend to run into a lot of our area people when we're doing shows.
So I was actually born in Iowa.
No kidding.
And my dad used to be a farmer in Iowa.
Absolutely.
So we have some Iowa heritage.
Yes, I worked on plenty of farms, trust me.
Yes.
It's hard work.
Yes. So talk to people about kind of the different shows that you've been in here in Branson.
Well, when I first came to town, I was at the King's Castle. I was an Irish tenor for just a small bit of time, filling in for some people at that time. And again, I didn't know a lot of people when I first came to town, so it seemed like a really good opportunity. Then I auditioned for Silver Dollar City, and Silver Dollar City kind of embedded me in all of their stuff. And so I've kind of dedicated myself for 10 years to Silver Dollar City. And honestly, it was an amazing work environment. I met lifelong friends. So that was great. And then I did the Silver Dollar City thing. And then after a while, again, in this town, after a few years, you start to meet people, you start to be around. And I got opportunities to do some really good projects and shows. I did a show called Forever Young not too long ago, which I know Haley really liked.
Love it.
And they're still touring. I know, right? I want them to, because I want to do it. But they're out touring right now. They're doing cruise ships and other things. And I worked with them and kind of got the opportunity to sing more lead kind of rock stuff. And
yes.
People in town kind of got an idea that I could actually do that. And honestly, to be fair to myself, I didn't really even know I could do that until they gave me that opportunity. So, and then obviously between that and I did the Barry Williams show with Greg Brady. And that was great to get to work with him. And he's a really great guy. And then Peirce kind of came along because, again, I'd done all that stuff and worked with enough people. Tony Turner, the guy that was in Peirce, kind of helped me get in there too. He's been a friend of mine for years. And we've been rocking ever since, man. It's fun. I'm having a blast over there. So that's kind of my Branson story.
Yeah. And so you have done I also have Red Hot and Blue.
I did Red Hot and Blue. It's a funny story.
Yeah.
Red Hot and Blue was in Branson for a very long time, but I only did shows in Branson maybe twice. I actually did all the road stuff that they did.
Okay.
So I worked for them for 8 years, and I did gigs all over the world, let's be fair. I did cruises, I did, theater gigs. It just depended on where they wanted me to do. And being that's kind of how I got introduced to Branson a little bit too. But the thing is I was living in LA and Chicago, and the thing is in those places, like I said, entertainment doesn't come easy all the time, and you're auditioning. So it's always nice to have those extra gigs that you can go out and do. And
right.
Chris Tucker and Scott Sartain were awesome, and they gave me those opportunities. So that's when I worked with them.
So last year was your first full season at Peirce.
Yep, it was my first full season. Absolutely.
Okay, and so you're back the second year. So they decided they liked you enough
they
to
did.
bring you
I was
back.
like, yay! No, they're awesome over there. I'll tell you the one thing. I don't know. You guys have seen me entertain in town, but I'm kind of a crazy kook, and I kind of like to have a lot of fun. And Peirce Aero allows me to be that person, which is awesome. And to be fair, they've been here forever, and Dan the owner is amazing, and I enjoy him, and it's really fun to hang out with the guys. It's not, I did the same thing with Forever Young. I got to hang out with the guys. No offense, ladies, but it's kind of fun because it's nice to hang out with the bros, and we all do stuff and play golf and do all those kind of things. So, and I enjoy it.
We're going to stop right here, and we're going to come back in just a moment, and we're going to talk more about the Peirce Aero Theater and the shows they have there. And so stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's alright, have a good time, 'cause it's alright, oh, it's alright, bang, 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 bang. Welcome to the Peirce area.
it. Why don't you try it, old man? Come on.
When I get done, you're going to say, my, is there no end to that boy's talent? Or maybe not.
Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson. We're here today with Chad Ruden at the Peirce Arrow Theater.
So Chad, I got to see Peirce Arrow last season, your first season with them. Incredible.
Oh, thank you.
So this season, what can people expect when they come this year?
I would say what people can expect is a cast of people. I was the new person last year, so not that it took us a while to kind of get used to each other, but now we're really used to each other, so it's really fun and different. We have a new show coming out in October. The Decade show that we do there got really popular and people really enjoyed it, so Dan thought it would be a really cool idea to do another one. So basically what we're doing in October time, I think it's October, beginning of October, we're putting in a show called Decades 2. So that's exciting, and I think Tony and I are going to do some more rock stuff, which will be really fun, and I think we're going to have the whole cast and the band and everybody back, and so that's exciting. It's always exciting because it seems like over there at Peirce Arrow, we just always want to be better. And so that's exciting. Those are the kind of companies I like to work for, if that makes sense.
So you opened towards the end of May this year, and so you have two shows going right now, and so you have Decades and Gold. And so tell people a little bit about the differences and what they're going to expect in those shows.
Absolutely. Decades, the show Decades is only new a few years, I think. I think I came in the second or third year. And basically what it is it's a show from the 50s to the 80s. It's all different kinds of music, kind of take you on a magical journey through life. And we get to do a lot of fun things. We go all the way from some of the 50s doo-wop tunes all the way to, gosh, I can't even think right now, the Eagles and that kind of thing. So that's kind of a fun show for people who want to go down memory lane. The Peirce Arrow Gold show is more of kind of, I like to call it, and Dan's kind of changing the show in that sense. It's more of a concert feel. So we'll do stuff like the Doobie Brothers, and we'll do stuff like the Eagles, and we'll do Huey Lewis and the News. So it's kind of more of a, if you want to come see a cool concert with a really fun group of guys, that's kind of what Gold is. So they're both different, but I think they both have things in them that are really great. So.
Okay. Still have comedy?
Yeah, absolutely. James Sibley, everybody.
Yeah.
We all know James Sibley, probably the funniest guy I ever met. Yeah, he's hilarious. Again, I think I said this last time I was on the show. I've never heard people laugh at a comedian like they laugh at him. And honestly, I hear the same jokes every night. So to me, it's pretty amazing that they laugh like that. But he's so great, and he's had his whole career too. He's written for Saturday Night Live and done all this sort of stuff. So it's kind of cool to have a guy that's been through some of the things that he's been through to kind of talk with and ask about the business and those kind of things, because you learn as you go,
So what did you do during the coronavirus?
Nothing. No, I did a lot of nothing. No, I'm kind of a music obsessed person. So I always seem to try to find music things that I can do. So I wrote some songs, I play guitar, and I play piano. So I spent a lot of time working on music. And honestly, most of the time it goes nowhere. But it's just the part of doing it that gets me excited. I started writing a musical, so that's kind of fun. I've never really delved into that. My brother and I are working on a screenplay. Random. So that's happening. It's amazing what you do in months off. A lot of people were lazy and they sat around, which trust me, I did plenty of that. But I also kept myself busy with keeping myself creative. I'm kind of one of those creative bugs, so I just kind of go, and whatever happens, happens. My family always makes jokes that I have a new show I've created every week. So, and I do.
So you got stuff. So
always
in
stuff
the background.
Well, I used to have my own show in town for a couple years, so I'm kind of a show person in that sense. I like to write, so that's kind of my thing.
So you never know. We may see
you
this
know
someday in
that.
the future. We'll have to wait and
I
see.
hope so, Branson.
And on top of that, you can sing, you can put shows together, but you're also a really good dancer too.
Thank you very much. I really worked on that, and it's funny because people say you look so natural doing it, but when I was a freshman in high school, I had 2 left feet. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm a very motivated person. So the minute that was happening, I was in dance class, I was in this, and it's funny, now I can dance, and I teach class, which cracks me up even more. I'm not teaching at this point, but I taught a few hip-hop classes and some jazz classes a few years ago with some of my friends. So yeah, thank you, because that's something that I'm proud of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the shows that you guys have had so far, the audiences, talk a little bit about that with the whole coronavirus, social distancing.
Yeah, and the nice thing is I think even though some people are scared, some people aren't, and that's kind of how it works. We kept ourselves very spread out. So anyone who wants to feel safe coming to a theater, Dan always talks about how many times they disinfect the theater. I mean, all day long, that's all they do. They keep space. We don't fill our houses right now. I mean, things could change in the future. But keep coming out, because the biggest thing is Dan wanted to stress a safe environment, because I think that's the thing that will make people be less afraid. Right. And I know things are scary. I had a great uncle that passed away from the coronavirus. So I'm very aware of what's going on in the world. But I'm also one of those people that's like, life's too short, and I don't want to sit inside all day either. So I think as long as we're safe and caring of other people, I think we'll be fine. We're great. We're a great country. We'll figure it out.
I'm like, hey, if you're sick, stay home. But if you're healthy, just come on.
In general, if you're sick, stay home for any reason.
Yeah, and I think that's just good normal advice now, and that's responsible advice. But we can't live in fear forever. We can't live at home forever. Otherwise, our whole economy will go to the tank.
Yeah, I just say be aware. People, we all can be smart and live and exist together. And I think people that are scared, be aware of that and understand that. I think a lot of times people want to be like, well, why are you scared? Well, some people are different than other people.
All right.
Absolutely. And 3 months ago, I was probably a lot more scared than I am now. So to be fair, everybody goes through their process like everybody else. But like I said, I think things are going better now, and I think we'll get there. So.
Okay. Folks, once again, we've said it here before. We're going to say it again. There's nothing like live performance. And so go out, check out the folks at the Peirce Aero Theater, see their show Gold or Decades, and then later this fall, Decades 2. And do you know how many years Peirce Aero's been in town?
Yeah, I think last time I checked, I think it was 21 years.
Yeah, long time. So
long time.
And let me tell you what, Chad Ruden can belt out the music. And I remember seeing you, I think maybe for the first time at Forever Young, and like this guy can sing rock and roll like you would not believe.
Thank you.
So,
again, something else that I'm proud of, because I didn't even know I could do that until 5 years ago. So hey.
Anyway, thanks for coming on the show. Folks, we'll be back in just a minute to wrap the show up.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson. We're wrapping the show up today. It was great having Chad on.
Absolutely. He's always fun to have on the show.
He is that guy can belt out the music.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
amazing.
His dancing, the energy, it's just incredible.
It is. So, July 4th, right around the corner, just in a couple days. On the 3rd of July, we have Branson Landing. A lot of people go normally, and we have new entertainers this year.
I know. I had read something about that.
It's the Dirty Saints.
Interesting.
And it says here they're an 80s group. I love 80s music.
Right up your alley then.
Right up my alley, absolutely.
And that concert's typically hosted right in the middle by the fountains. Bring a lawn chair. It's pretty fun.
Yep, 7 to 10, and then the firework display afterwards. Now, as of this taping, it hasn't been canceled, and we hope it isn't canceled. So be sure to double check the Branson Landing website before you go down there. But hopefully by then it won't be canceled. Also, typically you'll find that weekend the Chateau on the Lake typically has fireworks. Big Cedar typically has fireworks. Rockaway Beach, Hollister, and we think maybe Kimberline City is going to have fireworks. So you'll just have to check out
a lot of options.
A lot of those options. Who's on our next episode?
We've got Doug Gabriel with us next week.
And so Doug has not been on the show for a very, very long time either. And so it'll be good to talk to Doug again and see what's going on in his world. And he is at a new location. We'll tell you more about that next week as well. Here's the deal. If you haven't been to Branson, you got to come. There's so much to do here. You have got the lakes, you've got golfing, you've got hiking, you've got kayaking, you've got a lot of outdoor activities, plus all the shows, the attractions, the Silver Dollar City theme park. There's really so much here for people to do. And it's all at a great value. and it's in a safe part of the country.
Absolutely.
So folks, go to ibranson.com, check those folks out. They can help you with your hotel, your shows, your attractions, give you all the information on the area. You can reach them at 1-877-ENTERTAIN or go to the website ibranson.com. Okay, we'll see you next week here on Play Branson.